Section 4. Managing a Household.
Chapter 35. Doing Laundry. Later today, I'm going to do my laundry. I'll carry the laundry basket to the laundry room. I'll take the laundry out of the basket, and then I'll sort it by separating dark colors from light. I'll check the pockets of the pants and shirts, and take out anything I find in them. Then I'll put a load of laundry into the washing machine. I'll adjust the settings on the machine. Then I'll put in some detergent and turn the machine on. The machine will wash, rinse, and spin the laundry. I'll take the wet clothes out of the machine. I'll hang some of the laundry out to dry. I'll put some other laundry into the dryer. The dryer will dry it by heating and tumbling it. Then I'll take it out of the machine. I'll fold some of the dry laundry and put it into drawers. I'll iron other things and hang them up in the closet. Chapter 36. Cleaning the House. In the living room. Pam picks up things that are lying around. She dusts the furniture and the woodwork. Then she vacuums the carpet. In the kitchen. Dan cleans the refrigerator and throws out spoiled food.
Yuck! This cucumber is mushy.
Pam wipes the countertops and sweeps the floor. In the bathroom. Dan scrubs the toilet with a toilet brush, cleans the sink, and scrubs the bathtub. He washes the mirror on the medicine cabinet. Then he sweeps the floor and mops it. Taking out the trash. They bundle old newspapers and put empty bottles, cans, and jars into bags. They set them out for recycling. Then they empty waste baskets and the kitchen garbage into a big garbage bag and take it out to the garbage can. Chapter 37. Taking Care of Pets 1. Taking care of a cat. To feed his cat, Tom opened a can of cat food and put it in the cat's dish. He put some fresh water in the water dish. He also cleaned the litter box. He petted the cat.
Good kitty.
And she purred and rubbed against his leg. He played with the cat by moving a piece of string.
Come on, kitty, get the string.
Which the cat pounced on. Chapter 38. Taking Care of Pets 2. Taking care of a dog. I called my dog. Here, Blackie, come on, boy. After he came, I petted him. He wagged his tail and barked. I put some dog food in his dish and filled his water dish. Later, I clipped a leash to his collar and took him out for a walk. After his walk, I threw a stick for him. Go get it! And he fetched it. Chapter 39. Taking Care of a Lawn. Pam filled her lawnmower's gas tank, then started the mower by pulling the cord. She mowed the lawn by pushing the mower back and forth. Where the mower couldn't reach, she trimmed the grass by hand. She raked up the grass clippings and put them on a compost pile. She spread some grass seed on bare spots and then watered the lawn. Chapter 40. Gardening. Planting a garden. Tom will turn the soil with a spade. He'll plant some seeds and cover them with a mound of soil. he'll plant some seedlings and tie them to small stakes. Then he'll water the garden. Taking care of a garden. Tom will weed the garden. He'll prune extra leaves from some plants. He'll check for harmful insects and spray insecticide on some plants. He'll put some fertilizer on the soil. Finally, he'll pick some flowers for the house. Chapter 41. Cleaning a car. Inside. I wash the windows inside, wipe off the dashboard, and vacuum the floor. Outside. I dip a sponge into soapy water and wash the car with it. To rinse the car, I spray it with water. I dry it with some rags. Then I spread some wax on the car. After it has dried, I wipe the wax off and buff the car with a soft cloth. Finally, I wash the windows outside. Chapter 42. Taking a car to a garage for repairs. I called for an appointment to get my car fixed. My car is making a strange noise. When can you look at it? I took my car into the garage, and the mechanic diagnosed the problem. Yep, sounds like a valve problem. I asked him for an estimate of the cost. How much will it cost to fix? Probably about $250. He worked on the engine. When I came back later to pick up the car, it's ready. Is it ready yet? He gave me the bill for the repair. That'll be $294 for parts and labor. $294? Ouch! Chapter 43. Changing a flat tire. My car had a flat tire, so I had to change it. I jacked the car up. I took off the flat tire and took the spare tire out of the trunk. I put the spare on the wheel, tightened the lug nuts by hand, lowered the car to the ground, and tightened the nuts some more with a lug wrench. Finally, I put the hubcap on the wheel. Chapter 44. Dealing with a power failure. During a thunderstorm, our power went out. I turned on a flashlight, and my sister lit some candles. We found the circuit breaker box and found the breakers that had tripped. We reset the breakers, and the power came back on. Good!
It worked.
Chapter 45. Working with wood. Before you cut a board, you measure it and mark the places to cut. Then you cut it with a saw. To trim a piece of wood, you plane it. To make the edges smooth, you sand them. To join two pieces of wood, you can glue them together, nail them together, or join them with screws. Chapter 46. Joining things with bolts, screws. To bolt things together. You put a bolt through some holes. Put a washer onto the bolt, and then tighten a nut by hand. Then you hold the nut with a pair of pliers, and tighten the bolt with a wrench. To join things with screws. You drill a hole for the screw. You put a screwdriver into the slot on the head of the screw. You tighten the screw by turning the screwdriver clockwise. To loosen the screw, you turn it counterclockwise. Chapter 47. Shopping for groceries. Tom gets a shopping cart. Some people use a basket instead of a cart. He checks his shopping list to see what he should buy. In the fresh produce section, he checks the fruit and vegetables by feeling and smelling them. He puts some fruit in a plastic bag and weighs the fruit on a scale. Next, he picks up some fresh meat at the meat counter. "I'll have 4 chicken breasts, please." Then, at the deli, he gets some cold cuts. "Some beef pastrami, please, 6 slices." And cheese. And a half-pound of cheddar. He goes through the canned goods aisle. He checks the prices on 2 brands of canned peas and chooses the cheaper one. As he shops, he looks for specials. He picks up some toilet paper in the household goods section and gets some milk in the dairy section. He tries a free sample of some pizza.
"Try some, sir. It's on special."
And takes some frozen pizza from the frozen food case. Finally, he goes to the checkout counter. Chapter 48. Paying for Things. The cashier rings up Tom's purchases by scanning barcodes and pressing keys on the cash register. She tells him the total to pay.
"That'll be $23.50.
Paying with cash. He takes some money out of his wallet and gives it to her. "Here's $30. She puts it into the register and takes out his change. She counts it out to him.
$23.50. 24, 25, and 5 makes 30.
And gives it to him with his receipt. Paying by check. He writes out a check. After he signs the check, the cashier checks his driver's license as identification.
"Can I see some ID, please?"
"Sure. Here's my driver's license." He records the check in his checkbook. She returns his license and gives him a receipt.
"Thank you."
"Thanks. Bye." Paying by credit. He gives his card to the cashier. She swipes the card through the reader. When the approval code comes, the payment slip is printed. He signs the payment slip. Then she gives him a copy of the slip, the receipt, and his card back. Chapter 49. Going to a bank. Paul went to the bank. At a counter, he filled out a deposit slip. He filled it out by writing his account number, the amounts of his cash and checks, and a total. At the teller window, he endorsed the checks by signing them on the back. Then he gave the teller his deposit. She checked the amounts on the slip and printed the amount of deposit in his passbook and gave him back his passbook.
"Thanks. Have a nice day."
Chapter 50. Using an ATM. Kate needed money.
"Whoops. I'd better find a cash machine."
So she went to an ATM in the store. She took her cash card out of her purse. She lined up the magnetic strip properly and inserted the card into the slot on the ATM. A message on the screen asked for her PIN. So she entered her PIN by pressing keys on the keypad. Then she entered the amount of money she needed. The machine returned her card and gave her her money.